Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the OU Football Sugar Bowl preview here. Rick Heath, Al Eschbach, and Kim Atkins, used car manager at Eskridge Honda, and that's where we are today at Eskridge Honda on I-240 and Western, between Western and Penn. How are you, Kim?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Lots of things happening here at Eskridge Honda for the holidays.
It's very exciting. It's Happy Honda Days, which is a really big event that happens every year at the end of the year. So lots of really great end-of-the-year deals going on right now.
You know, and as Al said, if you're looking for a good present, buy a Honda.
Absolutely.
Buy a Honda. We'll even give you a bow.
Yeah, there you go. The bow right there. You
I
can have
love
the
it.
candy cane bow.
Exactly.
Al, you'd look good with a candy cane bow around you.
Yeah.
But a lot of good things happening here with lots of new cars. 2013 is going out. 2014 is coming in.
2013 is going out. 2014. So we've even got some deals on the 2014. So it's a great time to buy. Lots of used cars as well. So it's awesome.
So I got the idea. What you do, folks, is you come to Eskridge Honda, you buy a new Honda, drive to the Sugar Bowl.
You could drive to the Sugar Bowl. That'd be a great way to do it.
That'd be a great
fuel
way
economy.
to make that good trip down the Sugar Bowl. Now, you're OU playing Alabama. Alabama, they're the bad guys in this.
They are kind of the bad guys in this, and I think that it's gonna be a tough challenge.
It will be. OU's got their hands full. Al and I were talking off the air, and it's going to be tough for OU to win this game. But as Al has pointed out, hey, it's kind of a gravy game. They got nothing to lose. OU wasn't expected to be there in the first place.
Yeah, and you're a 15-point underdog. I think Bob Stoops likes to play with a chip on his shoulder. Like they were a double-digit underdog at Oklahoma State. They were underdogs at Kansas State. National championship game against Florida State, they were 12-point underdogs. I think he likes, and the key is Alabama. How excited are they? They've been playing the national championship games,
Right.
And they thought they beat Auburn. They're going to play in the national championship game. So I wonder what the excitement factor. OU, they're pumped for this. I wonder how pumped Alabama is.
Well, a lot of times it's the team that's the most motivated, like you said, that win the game. So we're hoping OU's motivated, Kim.
I think so. I think they've got a chance. So I think that it's a great opportunity, and it's a good matchup. It's definitely going to be a game to watch.
And what you have to do, folks, is come to Eskridge Honda, buy a new Honda 2013 or a great deal, or 2014, drive to the Sugar Bowl.
That sounds good. We'll have the game on as well.
You'll have the game on if they want to buy one right before the bowl game. There
Exactly.
You go. Hey, we'll be right back with more from Eskridge Honda right after this. And welcome back to the OU Football Preview Show, Sugar Bowl edition here from Eskridge Honda. Rick Heath, Al Eschbach. Al, let's talk OU's offense going into the Sugar Bowl against Alabama's defense. Now, Alabama's defense is not as strong as it has been. They gave up a lot of rushing yards to Auburn. They gave up a lot of rushing yards to some other teams. But it's still a very formidable defense.
It's a good defense. It's not. I'm just sick of the SEC defenses. Please, when they have good quarterbacks, the defenses stink.
Well,
look at the SEC championship game.
Yes.
Are people going to rip their defenses? No, they're pretty good offenses. I mean, it is. No, Alabama's a good defensive team. They're good players. It's not. It's not like the fearsome foursome, no.
No, and Johnny Manziel's type of offense. A&M's offense hung up 600. On them just earlier.
Right.
So that means that they're good, but they have problems with certain types of offense.
Right. With quarterbacks, mainly good quarterbacks, and you look what Nicky Marshall did from Auburn against them. So, no, they're good though. I mean, you're gonna have to do some things, but they're a nice defense.
So if you're OU's offense, Trevor Knight gives you the best opportunity because they've had trouble with good quarterbacks. Manziel, Nick Marshall, those type of quarterbacks have given Alabama trouble. They've given a lot of people trouble, but Alabama. So Trevor Knight, you look at it from OU's point of view, you practice up Trevor Knight and get him ready to go.
Well, yeah, he's a quarterback. Not only for this game, next year. I mean, the Oklahoma never. Trevor Knight is a quarterback, people. There's no who's going to play, whatever. Trevor Knight is I took some coaches. They think he's going to be a star. They truly think he is going to be a star.
Well, and one thing about it, he's gotten better. Now, regardless of the missteps during the year, whether or not he plays, Bell plays, all that other, he has got the most promise for the future.
I remember RG3 as a freshman. Well, he threw some interception. I mean, he is a freshman. People got to grasp that conception. He is a freshman.
So with Trevor Knight running the zone reads and all that, it gives OU the best chance. But we have to ask, do they have a package for Blake Bell?
Why?
I'm just asking. Because
I wouldn't think so.
okay, so if it's Trevor Knight's game, winner,
I
whether or
think
not
they
they
feel
struggle.
Trevor Knight is a better passer than Blake Bell. So why would they put Blake Bell in the game?
So the only reason that Blake Bell played in the last game against OSU
Got hurt.
is he got hurt.
There's no doubt about
Okay,
it.
I'm just saying, is
Yeah.
there a Blake Bell package?
I would not think so. But again, they think Trevor Knight's the better passer.
Okay, so let's go back. If you're Josh Heupel, you've got Trevor Knight, your quarterback. You got Brendan Clay, running back. Do you go into that game thinking you're going to be able to run the ball, or you have to run the ball? 60% of the time, 65% of the time?
You got to be able to throw the ball though. You can't if they stack against you like Kansas State did. I think they're going to have to throw slants and probably in Stillwater. That weather early in the game, it was difficult for either Chelf or Trevor Knight to throw the ball.
Well, that's the one good thing about the bowl games. The weather won't be a problem.
That's exactly
it's
right.
indoors.
Yeah. So you got to be able to throw the ball. They got to come out and throw the ball. They can't. I'd say maybe run 60% of the time, and maybe what do you think? Maybe 25 passes maybe.
Yeah, if they can throw between 20 and 25 passes and get 250 yards or 200 yards rushing, because here am I saying 250 against Alabama? That would be a tough stroke.
Yeah.
That would be tough to get that much. But if they can run the ball effectively, where they keep them from just stacking it. But here's the thing: if they stack it, Trevor Knight's got to hit those passes.
No doubt, absolutely.
Just like you said, the slants.
Yeah.
The little control passing that he does a good job of throwing.
No doubt.
And maybe, who knows? Maybe Shepard gets a break or Saunders gets a break on a slant. Boom, they hit each other, and he's got a crease and can make a big gain.
Yeah. Without a doubt. I think they got to do that. They got to mix up. And Heupel called a brilliant game against Oklahoma State. I mean, absolutely brilliant.
And I have to admit, I have been on Josh Heupel because of his uneven play calling on occasion. But when given the opportunity, against Oklahoma State, he did a great job calling the right times at the right plays at the right time.
Absolutely. And so here's the thing about this game. Everything's gravy now. I mean, them going 10-2 with the schedule they had to play, with the quarterback injuries, problems, everything. With this, people knew this year was going to be rebuilding. Next year was going to be the year, but they're going to a BCS bowl game.
Yeah, and they didn't expect to after they got beat by Baylor.
No.
They had looking at the games, going to Kansas State, and playing Oklahoma State in Stillwater, didn't look like they were going to do anything. Maybe Alamo Bowl at the best. Now they're in the BCS Bowl.
Yeah. So it just pretty amazing of what transpired because I think we all picked, Kansas State and Oklahoma State to beat them.
Yeah.
So it just.
It's gravy from this point on.
It's gravy.
That's a good way. Hey, let me tell you about Coda CrossFit. Get in the best shape of your life at Coda CrossFit in Norman. There's also a location in Oklahoma City. Highly trained and knowledgeable staff will come train with a friendly community of the people that will help you accomplish your goals to get in the best shape of your life. That's Coda CrossFit in Norman and Oklahoma City. We'll be right back with the Sugar Bowl preview show from Eskridge Honda after this. And welcome back to the OU football preview show, Sugar Bowl preview show, I should say. The OU going to the Sugar Bowl. Al Eschbach, Rick Heath. Al, we talked a little bit about OU's offense against Alabama's defense. Let's talk a little bit about OU's defense against A.J. McCarron and the Alabama offense.
Key, stop the running game. You got to slow down the running game. They're going to come out and they're going to go, we're going to run the ball right at you.
That's what they live with.
That's exactly what they live with.
And you got to admire a running attack that says, you know what, we're going to go off right tackle with Yeldon, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
No,
and they just boom. I mean, it's like Eddie Lacy, Trent Richardson, even Mark Ingram.
They're now obviously Lacey and Ingram and Richardson were drafted way too high.
Yes.
A lot of the system because of the great offensive line that they have. It's tough old-fashioned football where they're just going to come at you. And it's going to be interesting to see OU's defense with this three-man front. how it's going to stack up against.
Boy, I tell you what, it's going to be awful tough when you only got 3 guys up there and they got 5 offensive linemen. You know, I mean, and
Well, I'm sure they'll crowd the linebackers up there.
Well, but you also, you know, the linebackers. Dominic Alexander's a true freshman. What's he? 205, 210, and you got a
215, yeah.
215, and you got a 285 to 310 pound
yeah.
tackle coming at you, or a guard.
Striker,
same way. Golly, that's just going to be tough for them to hold their position. Now, what they have going for them, they've got speed and quickness, but they don't have that heft. In the down lineman.
What they'll do, I think they'll start the game lineup just like they did against Kansas State. Go, okay, A.J. McCarron, we're going to let you try to beat us.
Yeah.
And he's pretty good.
And A.J. McCarron's pretty good. I mean, I was going to ask you about that. Even though he came in second in the Heisman voting, I think a lot of OU fans still underrate A.J. McCarron.
Well, yeah, he's not as good as Johnny Manziel. How he gets ahead of Johnny Manziel, I have no idea.
Well, Johnny had a little bit of baggage.
Well, I did, but is A.J. McCarron the second best player in the country? Absolutely not.
He's not even the second best player in the SEC.
I mean, yeah.
Much less in the country.
So, but he's good.
Yes.
You know who I compare him with? Steve Davis.
Yeah. AJ, just like Steve Davis, A.J. McCarron's got the best winning percentage in Alabama history. He's won more games than anybody in Alabama history, and he's got a career 65% completion percentage.
And like Steve Davis, he had great players all around him.
Yeah, and that helps.
That helps.
You know, as good as Steve Davis was, he was part of a package.
Absolutely right.
And the same thing with A.J. McCarron.
So both winners are both good, really good college players. Absolutely.
Yes.
And Alabama will miss them next year.
Yes, they will. You know, you know, with Alabama's offensive line, now they don't have as many of the first teamers from the going to the NFL that they've had, first rounders, I should say, or
And
second rounders.
they have some injuries also.
Yeah, they've had some injuries, and they've got one guard, that starting guard, is out.
It's out.
You know, so that.
But OU got Tyrus Thomas, who's out also.
Well, yeah, Tyrus Thomas and Sheed are out. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
and so Jordan Phillips is not going to be back for the defense. So, you know,
Or Nelson.
do they go ahead and scrap the 5-man defensive backs and get another like Lindley in there, a bigger type linebacker?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
You think they're just going to sit up? They're going to sit up their base defense.
I think they're going to. I would think they're going to sit up in the base defense, and they did against Kansas State. So
but Kansas State
and they did against Notre Dame.
Yeah, and that's a comparable. I think
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's big offensive line.
Yeah, and Notre Dame likes to power you.
Yeah, and likes to power you. So those are the kind of things they have to look at now. They go back and they look at the Auburn game. They'll go back and look at the A&M game, and they'll see what they did against those defenses and how they did it. And they'll go back and look at who has given Alabama, who's been able to stop them a little bit.
I think Virginia Tech slowed them down early in the year. I'm trying to think of who else there were.
There wasn't a whole lot.
There haven't been a whole lot of teams that have slowed them down.
Well, their point differential up until the Auburn game was the best in the country. And so that means that they're stopping you on defense and they're overpowering you on offense.
No doubt,
So that's a huge factor in this. Can OU slow them down to make A.J. McCarron be the difference maker? To me, that's the question.
That's what you got to do. I mean, that's what you have to do.
And if he beats you, you can live with it.
You're right.
Because what you don't want to do is sit there and look at it. Oh, it's 2nd and 3 all day long.
Well, and third down conversion is so important. I mean, that's truly going to be really, really important. And I thought Oklahoma's defense, of course, against Oklahoma State, Oklahoma State's run, and then they go, you know what? We're going to be like the Dallas Cowboys. We can run all day, but we're going to throw the ball. And the same result.
Yeah, they got beat.
He got beat. Mike Shipman was so happy when they just, let's start throwing the ball all over the place.
Hey, let me tell you about a great place. Turk's Tavern next to Old Germany. Turk's Tavern says Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Mike Turk and his family out at Turk's Tavern in Old Germany. A great place to go. If you got a family in town for the holidays, go out to Old Germany, feed them. Turk's Tavern, have a good German beer, enjoy the holidays, and they say Merry Christmas from Turk's Tavern. Also, Sun and Ski Sports, 10109 North May Avenue. If you're looking for that last-minute present, outdoor activity present, go to Sun and Ski Sports on North May, 10101 North May in Oklahoma City. Great place to shop for Christmas presents. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the OU football preview, Sugar Bowl preview show here from Eskridge Honda. Rick Heath, Al Eschbach, Kim Atkins. I want to thank some wonderful sponsors for the Sugar Bowl preview show. The Trails Golf Club in Norman. The Trails Golf Club wants to thank everybody that participated all year long with them in the golf tournaments and as members. And if you're looking for some place to go play in 2014, the Trails Golf Club wants you today. So give them a call, 364-3790. Rain Guard, the gutter kings of Oklahoma City with 3 metro locations. They're also the only place that has a gutter helmet. Clean leaves never again with the gutter helmet on Rain Guard. 3 locations in the metro. Give them a call, and they'll take care of it forever for you. And Sun and Ski Sports. Sun and Ski Sports on North May and in Tulsa. Great place to buy your outdoor gear before you go skiing, before you go to the Sugar Bowl. Whatever you do, go to Sun and Ski Sports first. Green Acres would love to thank all their clients for all their support throughout the year and wish you a Merry Christmas from the Green Acres family and landscaping crews. Let's talk real quickly about what's going on here at Eskridge Honda, Kim.
It's Happy Honda Days. Like I said, it's the end of the year blowout. It's probably the best time to buy a car. We've got great end of the year specials on 2013s, and then we even have some end of the year specials on 2014s. So we've got some really great products, some new design, new technology on the new Accords. So we're really excited.
Yeah, and as I said, just buy a new Honda 2014 like the one right behind us here, and or that's a 13, but you can buy that one and go down to the Sugar Bowl. Let's talk real quick about the Sugar Bowl, Al. We had said earlier it's going to be a tough task for OU to stop Alabama, but I think OU's got more motivation. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, that means a lot in these bowl games. It's like how Alabama got beat by Utah, how Oklahoma got beat by Boise State. Now, that isn't the difference, that big a difference, because OU's a storied program where Boise State and Utah wasn't. But the fact that Alabama played in the national championship the last couple of years, they can't be really excited, the players, about this, no matter how Nick Saban. Well, OU going to the Sugar Bowl, playing the defending national champions, they got to be really pumped. So OU's going to have the emotional edge going into this game.
Kim, what's your thoughts on that Sugar Bowl?
I would agree with that. I think it's going to be a tough matchup. I think that hopefully we can get some OU fans down there, which I think that we definitely will. And
they'll be drunk OU fans too on the Bourbon Street.
I didn't say that, but hopefully we can get
we
some
heard
people.
That from Al Eschbach.
Exactly. We can hopefully get some people down there to show the support. I think it's got to be a big pep rally in order to get them really pumped.
Let me tell you about the OU fans going down. New Orleans is a great place to go, as everybody knows. Right. Sugar Bowl is a great place to go. The best thing about this is they won't be going against LSU fans. Yep. Alabama fans actually are classy. They'll come over and it's a good exchange, of good sportsmanship. You'll see them on Bourbon Street and they won't spit on you and they won't cuss you and they won't want to kick you. So Alabama fans, it'll be good for the OU fans.
It's a little hard when they're both red, It's like is he on my team? Is he on my team?
Well, yeah, one's a little red and one's a little crimson, but you can tell the difference.
Right.
That's okay. That's all right. Now, another Big 12 matchup against SEC, Oklahoma State, Missouri. Al?
That's an interesting game. Missouri would start out a 4-point favorite down to 1 point. Missouri's a good team, but I think Oklahoma State, they're going to be a lot more Oklahoma State fans in Dallas than are going to be Missouri fans.
I think it's going to be a tough matchup. In terms of SEC play, I think they've got a really good team. I think that they have a really strong defense on Missouri.
Yes.
Well, they didn't against Auburn.
They did not against Auburn, but I think that's going to be like a play. Is we've got to figure out how to move the ball.
Alabama didn't have a very good defense against Auburn either. So, they're affecting a lot of people.
It'll be a really good game. I think it'll be a great game.
Well, I think it's the kind of game that you want to see in a bowl game because it's an offensive-minded, the both offenses are really good, and they're exciting. So good luck to Oklahoma State. If they beat an SEC team, that's good for the Big 12.
Yep.
If OU shows out well, that's good for the Big 12 over the mighty SEC.
Although I get it, every OU fan, every OU coach wants Missouri to win. Every Oklahoma State coach wants Alabama to kick OU's butt. They don't care about the conference. They're caring about recruiting against each other.
And reality strikes with Al Eschbach.
Thank you very much.
That's right. Hey, speaking of reality, let's talk real quickly about the Thunder. I know this is a bowl game show, but Thunder have been doing so well, Kim. What a great season beginning they have for the Thunder.
Are doing so well. Mr. Lamb is really stepping up. I was at the game the other night, and he just did excellent. I was really impressed with his performance.
Yeah, and Reggie Jackson's doing well, Al.
I think the key going into this year, we thought for the future, the Thunder are going to have to make some moves, get better. No, they're not. After the year, maybe you amnesty Perkins, but you keep all these players. You don't need to bring other players in now. This bench is a lot better than anybody thought it was going to be.
Okay, so we've talked this for about a minute about the Thunder. We have yet to mention KD or Russell Westbrook, who are playing at the highest level I think I've seen them play so far as the Thunder players.
I think that they're both just shining. I think that they're outstanding. I think that what the difference is that there's some other guys stepping up on the teams to assist them in making big plays, and that's helping them get additional points into, what we were already relying on in terms of Kevin Durant's and Russell Westbrook's play.
You bet, and they've been playing great, and they'll continue. We'll talk about that and more. But time for predictions. I am going to go Alabama 31, OU 17. Al?
I'll go Alabama 35, OU 24.
And Kim?
I think I'm going to go OU 27, Alabama 24.
There
I'm rooting
you
for the
go.
home team.
True fan. There you go, Kim. That beats the heck out of it. Everybody is hoping OU wins here in Oklahoma. That's going to do it from Eskridge Honda. Rick Heath, Al Eschbach, Kim Atkins. We'll see you. Happy New Year.
First and goal from the 7. Bell, a threat to run, particularly with a timeout left. He throws far corner of the end zone. Saunders again. Touchdown. Definitely a catch. Both feet in bounds. Possession the whole way. Saunders, who helped turn the game for Oklahoma last year with a punt return for a score, returned another punt for a score today, and now has the go-ahead touchdown with 19 seconds to go. Honeycutt's extra point makes it a 3-point game. Oklahoma State on the wrong end of this rivalry so often over the years, and today a comfortable favorite on the verge of losing again.